Hey, good afternoon, everyone. It's Coach Chris coming at you at 3:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time on October 1st, 2024 with the trade results from the eschannels.com system that I'm developing. Not a good day. I when the market pre-market opened, everything was great. And then right away at 8:30 a.m. when the market opened, the market just fell like a rock. Well, the trading rules dictate that when we cross the green line, we enter our trade on the next candle. Well, that's what I did. And as those of you that traded today probably recognize, is the thing just continued to sell off and sell off. And so what does Coach Chris do? He goes ahead and buys another contract trying to average in, and we all know how that ends up. One thing I want to point out is one of the rules that I normally follow is you can see over here to the left how all of these lines, these channels, are nice and level. Well, look what happens when this price stops to drop. These channels also start to drop. And so you can see here, this is 8:30. By 10 a.m., this thing was still continuing to drop. So it was just a nightmare trade that I got into. I ended up closing it. Geez, I don't even remember, but I believe I lost $400 on those initial two contracts. Why I didn't close it sooner, I don't know. Because here's the other rule: when it hits the red line, I should close. But what worked against me is, since this continued to close down, the losses kept mounting. It was pure stupidity on my part, absolute stupidity. Why I let it go as far as it did, I have no clue. Just really, really poor execution. I have no excuse whatsoever. So then later in the day, it went up and it did hit the blue line and came back down. So I was able to enter into one or two more contracts. And as it came back up, closed. And so I was able to recoup about half of the loss I have. I'll show you the statistics. But you'll see here, like I was saying here, how level this is, this big curve down, and then you can see how later in the day, how the lines even out and go horizontal, nice and straight. So violated every rule in the book on this trade. One of which is being when these lines, they can be pitched down a little bit, but the degree to which these were, I made a mistake. I probably shouldn't have got in on the first contract when it was dropping so quickly down in here, but it is what it is. That isn't the biggest mistake. The biggest mistake was not cutting the loss when it kept mounting, and then of course adding on an additional contract, which is, anybody who trades knows you never do that. So market did bounce back a little bit later in the day, but here are the results. I ended up with a net loss of $217. I had $362 in losing trades and $145 in the winning trades to get me to the 217. At worst today, I should have been break even. There's just no excuse for letting that initial trade run to the loss level. My normal rules state that never lose more than $100 a contract. That's 20 points on the MES, and you can see that I let it go way beyond that. So very disappointed in the results. It's not the system that that's at fault. In this case, it was the operator. So we'll be back at it tomorrow. and hopefully get them then.